courage is contagious. Vision is a process that you share with people. The more they understand, the more enthusiastic they become. The more enthusiastic they become, the stronger they become. The stronger they become, the more they believe. The more they believe, the more unstoppable they become. Concentrate on the vision that is unfolding here today. Concentrate on the many ways in which you are going to create a tomorrow to keep and come back to the title of my talk, which will not just be a repeat of yesterday. So back to Biko. This is what he said in that interview. In South Africa, there is such an ill distribution of wealth that any form of political freedom which does not touch on the proper distribution of wealth will be meaningless. So for meaningful change to appear, there should be an attempt at reorganizing the whole economic pattern and economic policies within our country, end of quote. That, in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are here today. To take up Biko's baton and to work towards the day that tomorrow will not just be a meaningless repeat of yesterday. Our generation had heard and understood Ghana's Kwame Nkrumah, who taught us way back in the early 1950s that political freedom without economic freedom, by which he meant control over our own social and economic and human resources, and the decisions about those resources for the good of the people, is no more than a form of neocolonialism. So when you have political freedom, but you have economic bondage, you are where you were yesterday. You might have a new word to play with. You may have some new illusions to display. You may have found some new arguments, but you have not found anything of substance for the good of the people. As we speak, South Africa has surpassed Brazil. And we have now become the country with the deepest social and economic inequalities on earth. On earth. The rich-poor gap in South Africa today is now wider than it was under apartheid. That means that the future of our country and all our people, the dreams and the hopes of our youth, and the sacrifices of generations past have all been captured. You talk about capture, that's the capture nobody discusses, but that needs to be on the agenda almost every single day. That, all of that is captured by yesterday. For them, there might not even be a tomorrow. The revolution is not over until all our people have genuine peace and genuine freedom and genuine dignity and genuine justice. And it is for these reasons, ladies and gentlemen, that I am here today. It is an attempt today to take Biko seriously for meaningful change. To appear, there should be an attempt at reorganizing the whole economic pattern and economic policies of our country. If I read these plans correctly, you are about not only to change the rules, you are about to change the playing field. You are about to change the way the game is played, and you are going to say, while we make the game a metaphor, we know that the reality of our people is not a game. That's why we are so serious about it. It is for these reasons that you are setting out to do what you are to do. What I see in this community growth project And in your presence here today is a determination not to sit back, folding your hands and allowing things to continue to happen to us. What I see is a commitment to make things happen, to shape the way they happen, to determine the ultimate result as they happen. All of that is to be kept in the hands that are here today. What I see is a refusal to give hopelessness and despair a single quarter. What I see is a tremendous effort to declare for all the world to hear that we have a destiny, and for all the world to see that we are willing to take that destiny into our own hands. We trust no other hands to place the future of our children back in their own hands. Only our hands must do that. What I see is imaginative innovation at work. What I see is an unstoppable energy let loose for the common good and for the upliftment of all our people. What I see is the potential empowerment of our people on a scale not yet experienced up till now. What I see is not a desire for the continued enrichment of the few, but substantive and quantified and qualified plans and strategies for the empowerment of the many. What this company, its leadership, its members, and our community should understand is that in the end, it is not just a question of the redistribution of wealth, it is a question of the redistribution of power. Your plans are astonishingly ambitious, astonishingly far-reaching, and astonishingly courageous, as perhaps they should be. But these plans will take many hands to accomplish. They will take many minds to conceive. They will take many minds to shape and to execute. What I see here is the realization that we are done with looking at others to lead, to encourage, or to do the work. In the unforgettable words of African-American poet June Jordan, in a poem that she wrote in honor of the Women's March in 1956 when they marched upon Strathhomes, Pretoria, but highly appropriate for us today. This is what she says about the understanding of the women. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. For we are the ones who will give our children a reason to dream again. We are the ones who will give South Africa hope again. We are the ones who will give our people reason to believe again. We are the ones who will make sure that tomorrow is tomorrow and not just a repeat of yesterday. We are the ones that we have been waiting for to complete this revolution and to take it out of the hands of those who have hijacked it and to give it its proper place in the lives of our people and the generations to come. May God bless you in all your efforts. Thank you.